All right, good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Keith Fustel. Big show, big day to get to. But real quick, we had some big winners yesterday, Friday here at Laurel Park. Let's start with the big Stronach 5. That big popular national wager started race 9 yesterday here at Laurel Park. Taco Supreme, nice winner for Taco Supreme and trainer Damon Del Dovico. That got us started on the Stronach 5. Yeah, it was very formful. The first four legs of it, pretty much the favorites won. The heavy favored won the second leg down there at Gulfstream. Then you had a big long shot $39 winner in leg E, the final leg at Golden Gate. And there it is, 40 winning tickets for $2,850 for the Stronach 5 yesterday.
Breaking it all down, still a legitimate payout for those winners.
Nice. Yes.
If you hooked them up. And again, Golden Gate being the thorn in some of the better sides with the bigger payout, as you said, about a $35 winner to cap it. You're missing out if you're not jumping in. It was another solid pool yesterday.
Yep.
Glanced up, and I was really pleasantly surprised of how they're playing this bet, no doubt.
I think it was about 126,000 yesterday for the Stronach 5. So my on-air ticket was 4 out of 5. I didn't have the long shot winner at Golden Gate, so that was yesterday for the Stronach 5. Some big winners here yesterday. Awesome DJ, an impressive debut winner by Awesome again for Stronach Stable and Dale Capuano. And then another big 2-year-old performance yesterday. Win, a homebred for Live Oak Stud and trainer Mike Trombetta. A big allowance win. He's a perfect 2 for 2, and he was running away. He had another gear at the 16th pole yesterday.
And that's not snow behind us. That's just some leaves coming off the
trees.
trees.
Yeah.
But no, another gear, still a little bit green, laid in a little bit past the 8th pole, but very eager, powerful run through the wire. And Trombetta kind of loaded. I don't remember in recent years him having this many,
nice
2-year-olds that are solid, legit 2-year-olds, and really have a chance to move on into that 3-year-old season.
The early buyer, you said, on win.
82 is what I saw.
Okay.
I did not get the Awesome DJ, but there's another one. Dumped the rider pre-race.
That's right.
Debut run.
Got loose,
and just was real keen. I thought the horse might not show a ton of speed, running him along first time. No, was right into the bit and was ready to roll. Kind of dictated and drew off in a snappy time, like 36 and change. So impressive. We're seeing the horses now around here, Mid-Atlantic, but mainly at Laurel Park. Promising runners are getting their start here.
So some impressive 2-year-old winners yesterday. We're going to see some impressive 2-year-olds right here today at Laurel Park. Let's show you what's going on. We have 3 stake races this afternoon. The stakes action kicks off race 4, the $100,000 Maryland Juvenile for charity going 7 furlongs. Race 5, the $100,000 Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship going 7 furlongs. Then race 7, the $75,000 Howard M. Bender Memorial Stakes for some of the top 3-year-old and older sprinters in Maryland. So all 3 stakes for Maryland-bred horses today. And have the Howard Bender, you have Lakai, Lewisfield rocking on by in there. The 2 juvenile races, the boys race, race 4. You have our Brain Trust coming off the layoff. He's red hot. He's been working up a storm, but Scrap Copper, he's a recent stakes winner here at Laurel. And then you have Belial, the favored, and the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship. So two runners for Cal Lynch. He could have a big day, but they have to beat Scrap Copper in the boys race.
I believe so. He's recent. He looks like a good horse. 7 furlongs looks like it's going to hit him right between the eyes. And owner-trainer combination took it a couple years ago, this race, with Great Bulls of Fire, who we're going to see in the Bender.
Yep. All right. So that's the stakes races we have today on our 9-race program. A great promotion today as well. We had Santa out here earlier this morning for all the kids. A big crowd out here for breakfast with Santa. Then this afternoon we have the $10,000 giving tree and the 2019 Maryland Jockey Club calendar giveaway. So this is always a popular promotion. Some nice prizes underneath the giving tree this year. Some tickets, some flat screens, all kinds of good stuff. So we'll have a bunch of drawings this afternoon. If you hear your winning ticket, and if you buy a program, you get a ticket. If you hear your winning number, then you get a nice present underneath the $10,000 giving tree. So that's this afternoon here at Laurel Park. We have a nice carryover in our 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That starts with the stakes races in race 4. There it is, a little shy of 5,600 for that Rainbow Pick 6 carryover. Let's get right to it and show you the main track. We had some fast times yesterday. Win. He went 108 and 4 in that allowance win, and there's the main track. We'll be fast again today.
Yeah, it's fast, and it's playing still pretty fair. I mean, inside, outside, you can come from off of it. I like the way the guys have kind of kept this track honest all the way through. They do a great job year in and year out at Laurel and at Pimlico to keep these surfaces pretty much fair. 35 and sunny, track is fast. You know,
a little chilly, a little crisp,
a little
today.
Breeze going, but it was good to see the crowd up there. I came through the second floor on my way down here and see the crowd up with Santa Claus, a nice breakfast spread, the buffet. Absolutely, looks good.
All right, good stuff. Let's get right to it here. Race 1's going to start the rolling super high five. Little carryover over a couple $100 here to start in race 1. That's a low 15% takeout. The rolling super high five. Also, race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. Your early pick 5 is a mandatory payout, and both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park offer that industry low 12% takeout. I like the early pick 5 today. I have a $36 ticket. My best bet of the day is in race 1 for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. The Sweetest Taboo has won 2 in a row since getting into Claudio's barn, both with Victor Carrasco aboard. Carrasco back aboard today. I like the 3, the Sweetest Taboo, a 3-year-old daughter of Sydney's Candy. She's my best bet of the day, and I'll use her as my key horse here on this early pick 5. Race 2, that's an open 8,000 claimer, going 6 furlongs. I go 4 deep there with the 2, 3, 6, 8, and there the 3, the Great Provider, my top pick in race 2. Race 3, I like Claudio on top there as well at 6-1. The 2, Cocktail Waitress, my price play of the day, but the 1 and the 4 should be tough in race 3 as well. Stakes action starts in race 4. It looks like a 2-horse paper on a 2-horse race on paper. The 4, Scrap Copper, in the 2, Our Brain Trust. I'll use those 2 runners in the Maryland Juvenile Futurity. In the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship, I like the 1, Belial on top. She's your favorite with McCarthy aboard for Cal Lynch. She has to overcome the 1 hole going 7 furlongs. She did it last out against Allowance Company. Can she do it today against Stakes Company? The 2, Sip of Sunshine, is going to go right to the front and try to steal this one early for Salzman. Jorge Ruiz aboard. McCarthy's on Belial. Then the 9 on the outside with Pimentel and Trombetta. No Mo Lady, going to be tough there in the Philly Championship. So I go 1-2-9 there in race 5. Very affordable, $36 play. Lots of great races on today's early pick 5.
All right, let's get rocking here. Let's take a
race
look.
1 here. We're going mile and a 16th, 25,000 starter allowance for 3-year-old fillies or older filly mares. Never won 3 the condition.
Yes.
And this horse here, the Sweetest Taboo, got into Claudio's barn earlier this fall. Broker Maiden going a mile on the main track against Maiden 25-70 buyer that day, then came right back against First Level Allowance Company, open First Level Allowance Company, and galloped that day by 2 1/4, going 2 turns with a strong 78 buyer. Now finds a cozy 3-life starter allowance condition. She looks awfully tough. She's a perfect 2 for 2 here since getting into Claudio's barn. You like her on top as well.
Absolutely. Showed a couple moves last time. Was a little keen inside. The leader rated back near the 5-8, shifted out, and came again to draw off. Improving effort every start here in the Claudio barn. So the Sweetest Taboo, I think, gets good position from the inside and can do it again.
All right, so we both have the 3 on top. You have the 2 in your exacta. Settable has been the beaten favorite at this level. Last out, ran a good race, just got beat a whisker at this level going a mile. She, 3-year-old filly by the factor for Kelly Rubley. She'll be there once again today. She's just been kind of a hard luck filly the last couple of races.
Yeah, I don't mind the 2 turns here for her, or even the 4 Bodega Bay. They look like the speeds to me in this race. Talking about the 2 Settable, I like the way this horse kind of fought hard through a strong 3rd and 4th quarter all the way through the race. This horse is game. A little bit tougher company here with the 3 to the inside, but offering a little bit of value. I think the 2 and the 4 will both slip away at some prices, maybe boost that exacta or trifecta for you in today's opener.
All right, so they all have to beat Claudio Gonzalez here in the opener with the 3, the Sweetest Taboo we both have on top. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4, claiming 8,000, 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. The 3, the Great Provider, I have on top. First off the claim today, for Lacey Gaudette. She's 26% recently, first off the claim, with a nice positive ROI. She gets Joanne Rosado, who's now a journeyman rider. Rosado and Lacey, they were rolling when he had the bug. They're 31% together with a positive ROI. Can they keep it going now with him as a journeyman? The great provider, a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park. Galloped last out back in mid-October against Beaten Nickel Company. Steps up into deeper water today. But I'll ride the hot hand of the barn here first off the claim. I have the 3 on top.
He's awfully quick and recovered from a slow start back in middle October. Been scratched a couple times since in some spots where he looked like he had a legitimate chance. That's my biggest concern. He is going to be on the engine. I think Marty with the party, the 6-horse, will not let him get too far away. He was hampered by a slower start and then tried to make a move, a very wide move, into a legitimate pace last time out. Just flattened out. I go to the outside. The 8 Rockin' Cowboy. Going to need things to fall into place, but has had 2 excuses. Shuffled last time out at Parks. The time before that, a little bit unruly to gate. A bobble. The field just got away from him. But you go 3 races back, a buyer of 71. Granted, sloppy sealed surface, but against the right kind. It was open 12-5. A little bit of a drop off of that race. Has tactical speed, and I think 6 furlongs is the absolute perfect distance for Rockin' Cowboy. 4 for 14. At the 6 furlongs.
I like them. I have them on my early pick 5 ticket. You're going to get a nice price here, 6-1 on the 8. Rockin' Cowboy with your leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, aboard for Jamie Ness. So Rockin' Cowboy can absolutely get the job done. The 6, Marty with the party, had 1-2 in a row until his last race. It stepped up to a tough starter allowance last out and didn't have the best trip. Gets a little easier spot today for Claudio.
Now, easy win, 2 races back in the condition 8 at Laurel. Even before that, it was one of his best visual efforts I've seen in a while. He sat off a pretty quick early pace and just rolled by around the turn. He's going to be the horse that dogs the great provider. These 2 could end up in a battle around the turn, setting it up for my 8 horse at a little bit better price.
I like Scout's Honor last out. Didn't run very well first off the claim for Maldonado, but he's a 9-year-old, a 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. Alex Cintron stays aboard today. Gets a little easier spot today. He's a closing sprinter, needs a fast setup in front of him.
Maldonado barn, a little cold right now, but when they start winning, they win in bunches. Maybe this is the horse that's going to kickstart it for the barn. Scout's Honor, 2 races back, didn't really have any help up front. Caught a lone leader and got up late. Last time out of a better race. Was it same as Marty with the party?
Right.
This is the right move, dropping back to this. And I think from the rail, this horse will get a great position and should have dead aim turning for home. Will the horse follow through?
All right, so I'm 4 deep on my early pick 5 ticket. I have the 2, 3, 6, 8. You like those 4 runners as well in race 2. Let's turn the page here. Race 3, we're going 5.5 furlongs. Claudio, he might take the early pick 3 here. He's live in races 1, 2, and 3 today. Claudio Gonzalez, your leading trainer. I have him on top here in race 3, a $25,000 starter allowance for 3-year-old fillies or older. Filly mares never won 3, going 5.5. And I have the 2 Cocktail Waitress on top, 6-1 morning line. Victor Carrasco on this Jersey Town filly for Claudio. She whistled last out, 2nd off the claim for Claudio. That was a starter allowance, 2 life condition. Victor Carrasco was aboard for that win. Victor and Claudio recently, they're 30% together from a large sampling of horses here in Maryland. Now, though, she broke from she won from the 1 hole last out. She broke sharp. She's going to have to break sharp once again today. The 2 Cocktail Waitress breaks from the inside today. She's going to break from the rail. She's going to have to get a good break.
Yeah, she go back on her page. She's shown the ability to kind of sit a couple lengths off of its stand and make a run into it. I might have her line too high at 6-1. I thought this was a very difficult race to line. There's a ton of speed. What will the bettors do with this entry if Tim Kreiser has in here? They both stay in as of now, right? I have them both.
No, the 1A 10
the 1A is now out. Okay,
scratch.
thanks, Dan.
1A's
But still,
out.
so much speed in this race, and I think the 1 had everything its own way on a track that she loves up at Penn National, a wet surface. She's going to get pressure today. I think she's vulnerable. I like Margie's money back again out of a similar race last time where Bell's Fancy kind of had everything her own way on the front end. This horse needs a little setup. I think she's going to get it this afternoon. That's the 3 Margie's money for Hugh McMahon and Sheldon Russell. Makes a run from 4 or 5 out of it mid-pack around the turn. I think she can get it done here this afternoon.
Yeah, I probably should use her. She's a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park. I use her 4th. I didn't use her on my pick 5 ticket. Beaten favorite at this level last out, but didn't have the best trip. Sheldon Russell stays aboard for Hugh McMahon. Russell with a big 2-win day yesterday. So, yeah, the 3 Margie's money, she's very live here at a good price in race 3. The 1 I use in my exacta, she might get cooked a little early. A lot of early speed in this race. The 4, Passamento, has early speed as well. That horse has won 2 in a row for Lacey Gaudet. And then speed, Lacey's other horse first off the claim, the 6, Castle Ridge, with some early speed. That filly's won 2 in a row, so a lot of early speed here in race 3.
Yeah, you wonder, Lacey running these 2 horses that look like, legitimately, they want the front. When you break it all down, I think Passamento, if anybody's going to maybe take back and rate a bit, I think it's her. She's awfully quick, but she's handled pressure. She's widened from horses. Say she doesn't get off, great. I think this is the one out of the 2 horses Lacey throws out here that can make a run from off the pace.
All right, so that's the early pick 3. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, the stakes action starts in race 4. We also start the Rainbow pick 6 in race 4. And we kick off the middle pick 4 in that race as well. You have a middle pick 4 ticket. We have 3 stake races in our pick 6 sequence today. We'll cover all of that right after this.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
All right, welcome back. 3 stake races this afternoon at Laurel Park. They start in race 4, the $100,000 Maryland Juvenile Futurity for Maryland-bred 2-year-olds, the best Maryland-bred 2-year-olds around. We're going 7 furlongs. Race 4 kicks off the 20-cent Rainbow pick 6. We have a nice carryover today. There it is, $5,573 for the Rainbow pick 6 starting here in race 4. Race 4 also starts the middle pick 4. Keith, you like the middle pick 4 today. You have a ticket. Let's check it out.
Yeah, affordable $15 ticket. I'm going to go ahead. I had to spread in a couple races, and to keep it reasonable, I'm going to go ahead and single Scrap Copper. I know our brain trust is awfully tough, perfect 2 for 2. He's been away. Maybe that's the key that kind of keeps him from victory this afternoon, but boy, he's beating the right kind. I go ahead and single the 4, Scrap Copper in race 4. 5th race with the 1, 6, and 9. Both Trombetas look good to me in there. 6th race, here we go. This is the race. I think the key to pretty much everything today for everybody hitting a big ticket, say it's the middle pick 4, the pick 5, or the pick 6. This is the race that has blow up written all over it. 1, 4, 5, 10, 11. If you can add more, go ahead. Mo Focus, I leave out the 9. Could be the speed of the speed in there. And then we're going to wrap it up in the 7th with the 5 and the 6. Lakai and Louisfield, the rivals, at it again in race 7. I think they go around the track together. $15 for the middle pick 4.
You're going to have the 7-year-old rocking on by.
Oh, he'll be. Sure. Second time, Claudio.
And the Howard and Sandra Bender Memorial. That's a nice race. Let's take a look at the first of 3 stake races here. Race 4, the Maryland-bred Juvenile Futurity for Maryland-bred 2-year-olds. 2-1 morning line favorite in this race, the 4, Scrap Copper. We both have him on top. Let's show you the video spotlight from his last race, November 10th, right here at Laurel Park in the James F. Lewis. It was a tough 2-year-old stake. Here they are turning for home. Scrap Copper is going to get up this day and win at 9-1.
Yeah, the white and blue silks with the blue cap, and Trevor McCarthy riding like he's going to the electric chair, right, as we like to say up in the press box. Just all over Scrap Copper with the left-handed stick is going to wear down Follow the Dog, turning the tables on that one. Follow the Dog's your Maryland Million Nursery winner. But look at the stride. This horse really covers ground nicely, this Scrap Copper. He was $1.20 to 1 the Maryland Million Day. Bad stumble.
Sure.
You stuck with him. If you had faith in this horse, you were rewarded 9-1, almost 10-1 in the James F. Lewis. He's positional speed in here. I like how he draws outside of Always Mining and Our Brain Trust. It just come away cleanly, and I think his recent experience is going to help him. Gives him a slight edge over the 2, Our Brain Trust.
He's the here and now horse off that last win, and following that last win at 9-1 in the James F. Lewis. He came back November 24th here at Laurel. Hammy tuned him up for this race, a half mile, 47-3, the fastest of 65 works that day. So Scrap Copper sitting on a big effort. I like him. I have him on top. The 2, though, Our Brain Trust, is going to be awfully tough coming off the layoff for trainer Cal Lynch. The barn having a big year with the 2-year-olds. They're like 24, 25%
Phenomenal.
overall with the 2-year-olds this year. And Our Brain Trust, even though we haven't seen him since early June, he's the most accomplished horse in the race.
Sure.
And here's why. That win in the Tremont at Belmont June 8th, the horse that he beat, Sambanye, came back to win the Grade 3 Sanford. May Never Know came back to win the Colleen at Monmouth. Sir Troubadour, who was 4th in that race, came back to win the Grade 3 Bashford. And another next out winner from the Tremont, Girls Love Me, came back to romp in an allowance race here. So the Tremont produced 4 next out wins. So that's a big, good-looking win for Our Brain Trust last June. And listening to Cal Lynch in the press release, it sounds like they just wanted to give the horse a little more time to grow up and mature. He's a big, good-looking strapping colt. They knew he had talent. They wanted to rest him up, freshen him up a little bit for the winter campaign and the early 3-year-old campaign that's just right around the corner. So I don't mind the layoff. He's 2 for 2. He broke his maiden here at Laurel. Look at the work tab. I mean, he looks ready to be. 2 bullet works on the work tab, including recently November 30th from the gate, 5 panels, 59 and 3. So he's gonna. I don't like the inside post going 7 furlongs, but he has enough early tactical speed with Vargas, who won on this horse in debut. He'll be in a forwardly placed early spot, I think.
I would think so. Does he have quite the early speed of a couple of others? Maybe, but I don't know how they're going to use him, stretching out from 5.5 to 7 off the layoff. But right. Hugely key race in the Tremont 4 next out winners. And boy, I watched that race. He was as determined as could be down inside, just kept on grinding to get up on the top side. Freud should help him get this extra distance. Bottom side, you look, it was pretty much primarily sprinting. This horse was, I have to like Lake Caller, was like a 6 or 7 time sprint winner. But you got to love races like this. And what the product we're producing now at Laurel Park and here at the Maryland Jockey Club. So Our Brain Trust, sure, always mining. What was the slop just kind of the reason this horse ran off the screen last time, Stan? That's my biggest concern with this horse, because he did kind of come back to the number that he ran in June where he thought he could be any kind. He faltered a couple races after that, but man, he went to lead well in hand, turned away a horse a challenge with no problem and drew away. Let's see if he can bring it back on a fast track. I think he's a user in here. I like the little turn back for Always Mining, and price horse, possibly a little price. Trombetta with Sky Magician. The blinkers went on last time. I was a little tough on this horse. Thought he had a little hang. He was a winner every step of the way. He was under a hammerlock around the turn. Finally found a Seaman 1 clear. He was a horse that was up close to some of these horses in the Maryland Nursery. Sky Magician, I think, is a use for a barn that's just doing great with 2-year-olds as well.
Yeah, should get a nice stalking trip on the outside for sure, the 7 Sky Magician. So 8 talented Maryland-bred 2-year-olds this year in the Maryland Juvenile Fraternity. These races, the 2-year-old Maryland-bred year-end championships, 2 of my favorite Maryland-bred races of the year. So a nice race there in race 4. Let's turn the page here. Another doozy here in the 5th race. We kick off the late pick 5 in race 5. No carryover today. It paid well yesterday. Paid over $1,300 yesterday. Industry low, 12% takeout for both pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Race 5, the $100,000 Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship for Maryland-bred 2-year-old fillies, going 7 furlongs. Your 2-to-1 morning line favorite, the 1 Belial. Trevor McCarthy aboard for Cal Lynch, 2-year-old filly by Tri-Tap. Nice allowance win last out. We have a video spotlight. Let's show you Belial's win last out, November 17th here at Laurel. Now, she had to break from the 1 hole this day, going 7 furlongs, and she overcame it to win.
And what a ride here. Another one, good one by Trevor McCarthy. It's kind of a bit redundant, but was able to kind of nudge her along the whole position to the inside, finds a seam past the quarter pole, was able to kind of stay whole position, was kind of hemmed in a little bit there past the 3/16, but didn't miss a beat, Stan. Just keeps on determinedly, is going to close up between horses to get up to win it by a neck over Olive Cat, who 2 races prior ran a 69 buyer, clearly better than anything else in this field, legitimizing. So she's getting better as the distance has gone longer. She's right back at the 7, and she's shown that she can kind of handle a little nudging and keep going. Sometimes horses, they just fall flat. You know, you try to keep them up there around the turn, the last 1/8 of a mile, the run seems to fizzle, but not Belial. She's kind of really matured into a nice little filly here right now, looking to progress, and I think as the gets out to a mile and 16, she may even perform a little bit better. I go to the outside with a 9, No Mo Lady. The Trombone, I like 1-2 in here. No knock against Belly Isle. I'm going to use these 3 primarily in all my multi-race bets. But No Mo Lady really showed a lot to me last time out.
Sure.
Perfectly timed ride by Pimentel. A determined final quarter of a mile to get up off a horse that was showing some promise. I think won a debut, Jennifer's Dream. I think she's the one that's going to take that next step a little quicker. I also like Question of the Day. She comes out of a race, the Smart Halo might have been a little bit better group stand. I mean, and she really went through some strong fractions, 22 and 2, 46, just a little bit of a fade late. Congrats, gal. She was pinned inside. Now she draws outside the other speed. I think she's going to be poised just out of Sip of Sunshine. Gets the lead. Can she hold off the closers is going to be the biggest concern for her. 6, 9, 1, any of those, and just go ahead and box them until your fingers bleed.
Yeah, Sip of Sunshine, she's interesting to me. Salzman won this race last year with Limited View, who's by Freedom Child. He has another nice Freedom Child filly in it this year. His wife, Marla, owns Sip of Sunshine. She's won 3 in a row. Yeah, they've been kind of cheap. Maiden 16, then 20,000, then 25,000. But her buyers, they keep getting bigger. 63 buyer 2 starts ago. Her speed could be dangerous, stretching out to 7 furlongs. Ruiz going to try to break sharp on this filly. Knockout Kid, who she beat last out, would come back to win. They get an easy lead and slow it up early.
Right.
Sip of Sunshine, she could be dangerous going 7 furlongs today.
Never really in doubt her last 2 victories. And you just said the key is that maybe the opening quarter to 3/8 of a mile. If she's able to kind of get it to her liking, it's just going to extend her a little bit further in this race. So
all right.
I'm going to go for the Trombi Exacta. We'll see if we can get it home.
So no scratches in the boys juvenile fraternity, right? No scratches in there.
Yeah.
Only 1 scratch in the Philly Championship. Take out the 7 Abo, but still a talented 9-horse field. Maryland bred 2-year-old fillies there in race 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 kicks off the late pick force. A big field here in race 6. A beaten nickel, 3 and up. A in 6 months. Never won 4. Going 7 furlongs here in race 6. Big rider change on the 11. A big rider change. We're going from a 10-pound bug rider who was making her first, who was riding in her first race ever, to Joan Rosado, who's 31% with this barn. Talking about the 11 Turbine, just absolutely draw the line through that last race. This is a hard horse to ride, and that was a tough assignment for a 10-pound bug rider. Just forget about that last race. But Turbine was in real good form before that, and I like him. I like him a lot. He's a closing sprinter. He's a 2-time winner at 7 furlongs, so I like him a lot today in the final strides.
Yeah, that's perfect. You said it. I had it written down here. Just might have been asking a little bit too much from the rider. No knock on the rider, but I mean a tougher horse to ride. Going back with a little more experience today. Draws outside, kind of a circling horse. He likes to make that circling move. He'll rally into it. I like I said, race 6 holds the key to your day today. I think this could unlock a real fortune for some bettors. I go to the 5, Humboldt Street, a horse that got good this time of year last year with Toledo, won 3 straight races with Toledo. Last time out, had to run hard every step of the way. Really didn't give in until late into some tough fractions. Young American, a key horse, has won, 3 or 4 in a row for Claudio. I like to draw a little further outside. There's some horses might be fast for the opening quarter of a mile. I think this horse gets a good stalking trip and is going to slip away at a big price. Got good. I think last race was an indicator. This horse is sitting on one of his better efforts at a price.
Yeah, it comes out of a strong race. I didn't use the 5 Humboldt Street, but you're going to get a big price there for strong connections there on the 5. We both like the 1s. Fantastic on the inside. Trevor McCarthy rides again today for Ann Merriman. McCarthy was aboard last out. They just missed going 6 furlongs. They were in front by a head turnover home. Got beat 3/4 of a length, so he stretches out to 7 furlongs today. Tough inside post. He's over 3 at this distance, but if he can get a good trip, I think he's good enough to be right there against this group.
Yeah, I like that Trevor stays with this horse, too. He got good position, just a little unlucky. Driving Night was going a little bit better. He looked like he was a winner coming to mid-stretch. Is fantastic. Driving Night rolled by late. Positional speed, he'll get position in this race against this field. Looking for another user at a price. Corajon, I've got a 9-2. I didn't know how to make the line in this race, to be honest with you.
Big
I've done
field.
a lot of races in my
Big
time.
field.
I could have made everybody 9-1 and go ahead and let
Sure.
the public go ahead and determine it. Corajan is a possible user. I think a sneaky horse in here. I don't have him in my top 4, but I'm not going to leave this horse out of exactas. Is the 4 Hunting in the Holidays, comes back for Jerry Brooks. Brooks had this horse on the go back and ran some bigger numbers at like a mile. 7 furlongs, I still think, is within the scope of this horse. So there's another user to use in your exactas, supers, and tries.
How about the 9-year-old, the other Brooksy horse in the race? The 9-year-old Banner Bill, the 3 horse in here. 9-year-old's made over $500,000, 15 lifetime wins. He's coming off a layoff. He was running at Thistle, Presque Isle this past summer. He's fresh and coming off a layoff today for Jerry Brooks. So the 3 Banner Bill, if he's ready to go, he can beat up on these no problem. So a nice big field there in race 6. Let's turn the page. Still one more stakes race to go. Race 7 is the $75,000 Howard and Sandra Bender Memorial. Of course, the Benders, some of the all-time great breeders in Maryland. We've lost them, and they're you can't replace them. They were the top breeders here in Maryland for a long, long time. So great, we have a stake race named after him. We're going 6 furlongs. We have a video spotlight here. You have the 6 on top. Lewis Field. Let's start with Lewis Field. Here's his win, a big, good-looking win. Last out, 2 starts ago, his last start at Laurel Park in the Maryland Million Sprint.
Yeah, bet down to 20 cents to the dollar. Just toyed with one more great time. It was a pretty quick horse in his own right, just under a guzzle hold around the turn. You see Louisville, this is visually one of his better performances. A little softer group, than what he's facing today, but just shows you the effort when he's really on his game, what he can do. And I'm going to forgive the try at Penn National and a fabulous strike. Outside, 5 wide, bumped around through the lane. He comes back to a track. He and Lakai, you really can't split them. I mean, what stand? They're first or second at every start but one over this surface. I think they have a tactical advantage pretty much over everybody in this field. So if they come away cleanly, I think they race in tandem as a team around the racetrack. I think the biggest key is the second quarter. They don't burn each other out around the turn. If they get away with that, I think they're going to have enough left to hold off the main closers, Rockin' On By, and the 1 Sunny Inspired.
Yeah, if they're going fast early, the 5 Lakai and the 6 Lewis Field, that's going to be to the liking of jockey Victor Carrasco, who rode Rockin' On By last out in the fabulous strike. That was the first race off the claim for Claudio Gonzalez. He has his 7-year-old now. He's a 3-time winner at Laurel Park. He's made over $600,000. We know his game. He comes from far back, so he'll be if Carrasco can maybe be a little closer than normal turning for home. Even if he's not, I mean, don't take the horse out of his game. He's just a closing sprinter. Let him do his thing. If there's a fast early pace, the 2 Rockin' On By is going to be right there in the final stride.
If you're kind of looking at the female version of a horse that he claimed to this, I guess it would be My Magician, right?
Sure,
Similar, kind of comes a little bit further back. Usually see the Claudio horses up closer to the pace, but another one that My Magician, he was able to kind of improve and win multiple races. So Rockin' On By, sure, second time in the barn, and needs a little setup. And just might get it today. But I think the chalks go around the track 1-2. I think Sunny Inspired, he's finally back to a fast track at 6 furlongs. Look back on your page. The last time you ran 6 furlongs on a fast track, only 2 3/4 lengths behind Louisville, a buyer of 91. He's probably the best price user in your tries and your supers.
Yeah, real salty group of sprinters there, Maryland-bred sprinters in race 7. Let's turn the page here. Race 8 will kick off the late daily double. Maiden claiming 10,000, 3 and up. 5.5 furlongs. I go with the 6 on top. Telecommunication couldn't get there last out as the favorite, going 6 furlongs. That's all right. Now we cut back to 5.5 today. Telecommunication. Just go to the front. You don't have to be 5 in front turning for home. Maybe 2 in front turning for home. Save a little for that final half of furlong. It's a soft group today.
Yeah.
Just get in front and get home, buddy.
Yeah, Got No Quit, the 7 is going to be my top selection. He had a hard trip last time. Unprepared at the break. You see it in the short comment. Was keen to go. Had to steady behind horses. Caught 5 wide. He needs to come away cleanly, a shortening up. He's got a turn of foot that I think, similar to Pro Riot, who ran down telecommunication last time, I think he can duplicate that and get it done.
All right. And the first time Lasix on the outside
on the
of the 10 total. Lotario from Maldonado, Super Saver 3-year-old. He might show up there a little bit. Maybe if the 2 favorites, the 6 and the 7, don't get it, the 10 with first time Lasix might have a shot.
First time Lasix out of a triple key race, certainly, and you go back to the debut in May, that winner's gone on to win an allowance. So, yeah, definitely softer competition for the 10. Totalitarian.
Let's turn the page. One more race
right.
here. Race 9 is also a maiden claiming 10,000. This race for 2-year-old fillies going 5.5 furlongs. We both have the 4 Flirtation Walk on top for John Salzman Jr. Just forget about the last race. Bounce just didn't run very well at all that day, but her debut was pretty good against Maiden 16. Was third that day. Second 2 starts ago against Maiden 16. Just threw a clunker on November 17th. So now Salzman drops her to Maiden 10. It's a soft group here. We both have Flirtation Walk on top.
Yeah, possibly maybe a tweak of the equipment of the blinkers or something. This horse was definitely trying to get out around the turn. Jock had a real tough time trying to control her. She actually tried to make a little bit of a wide move from the 3/16 pole to the 8th pole and just flattened out a little bit late. She comes away a little bit cleanly. She comes back to the 40 buyer. That's good enough. The 6-horse D is going to take play. I'm kind of against her, and here I go to the 9 weekends for work. Another one needs a break better. And the 2 firsters, the 7-0. It's a first foal out of a Verrazano stallion here. Verrazano, kind of new to me, but the mare was good. 4 for 7 lifetime. She was very quick in her own right, and even the horse of Linda Alberts, the 5 is a bomb. Little stat. 4 for 20 the last 5 years, with maiden claiming first-time starters on the dirt with an ROI of $6.41. So maybe that horse will pick up a piece for you in your tries.
Linda Albert, she's always tough, and you get the good riding 5-pound bug boy Adrian Flores there on the 5 Haitian Queen. So wide open races 8 and 9 are wide open, I think. So that's it.
Okay.
We're out of time. 3 stake races today. We have the $10,000 giving tree. Come on out here, get a nice prize, and cash a bet in one of our stake races. There's Gene Gilhooly. He's here on Giving Tree Saturday. He's ready to go. Good luck today.
Thank you,
Dave
Stan.
Robin, he's coming up next with Scratches and Changes.
Good luck.